Welcome, ghouls and goblins, to our glorious Ashes of Creation October development update. Sorry, I'm just having a little fun.
I love your costume. It looks so
You
good.
look awesome too.
Oh, thank you.
The community voted. There might have been a Steven influence in there.
Yes, that is true. I mean, honestly, you did such a great job. I love the horns, the feathers, the wings. It all looks so good. Did you make all that by yourself?
Some of it I did. This I bought, but the feathers and stuff. But this I decided to go with just black because I can use it for other cosplay stuff than just this.
Oh yeah.
But she's got like a purpley vibe to her, so I got some purple in there.
Oh,
you look
totally.
awesome. Where did you get that?
I ordered this off of Amazon. But you know what's crazy? It came last night and I was looking at it and I was
close.
I don't remember there ever being a uniform that looked like this in Star Trek.
And maybe so it's the new one? No,
stuff? I looked all around and I couldn't see any
strap
uniform.
thing is interesting too.
Well, the strap that's like old school, kind of like Wrath of Khan-esque.
And you got, what's the emblem from?
It's like a little Admiralty thing.
Nice.
But yeah, I'd never actually seen this costume. I was talking to Ash this morning. I was like, yeah, I don't remember where this costume came from, but oh well. I'm a mirror universe.
We've got quite a stream in store for you, and we also have like a company potluck thing. So, Steven and I are hungry. We're gonna try to see if we can do this in an hour. I feel like we say that, but we always go for like an hour and a half.
I know. We have a potluck today.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I was looking at some food that was getting made last night, and I was like, ooh, this looks good. Yeah, McP was sending me some pictures.
McP with the teasers. Yeah.
I know.
Basically we have a sign-up sheet. I love spreadsheets, so I made a sign-up sheet. It's a little crazy. But yeah, we're bringing back our monthly potlucks. We used to do these monthly when we were in the office, but we didn't really have furniture when we first started coming into the office, and now we have like some kitchen stuff. So we're starting it back up by popular demand. I got a lot of people spamming me going, when is our potluck gonna come back?
By the way, I am actually streaming from the office.
Yeah, you're in the office right now.
I know. I am in the studio right now. So this is the first stream from the studio. I mean, not our studio room, obviously, but first stream from the studio in what, like almost a year and like what, a year and a half, I think.
I feel like for me running the broadcast, it's much more comfortable for me to be at home since I kind of stream all the time anyway. For sure. Whereas my work PC, I bet you my work PC could stream. I just don't know. I'd have to reset everything up, is the problem. But yeah, we're working on our live stream room. We're getting budget approval from Steven, and we'll be repurposing a room. We're kind of going for like a spooky fantasy apothecary vibe. So it will be very cool and moody.
That'll be cool.
With some like gothic, Victorian furniture. Very comfy still. We'll make it work. But yeah, we're working on that. Probably won't be something you'll be seeing by the end of this year, but we'll be redoing our office. And then once that's all set up, we'll be doing all of our live streams from there. And you'll be seeing some new faces on the stream. Right now, it's just easier if we continue this way for the purpose of what we have. But we did spooktacular it up. Mike did a great job of making some new assets for us on here. So if you've never tuned into our live streams before, we go over pretty much everything that happened in the month. So if you missed anything, you're not going to anymore. We'll go over our reminders. We have a hefty list of them today. They're kind of announcements and reminders if you haven't been paying attention. We have our studio update from Steven, which should be maybe a little shorter than usual. We have our design update and engineering update, environment art and character art update, and then we have our Q&A. And we'll try to get through it for you all as much as we can. We do have quite a few little video pieces for you as well, so I'm sure y'all will enjoy those.
That'll be fun.
So to kick it off, I will kick off things with our reminders. First and foremost, we have our Extra Life live stream. This is our 24-hour live stream. We technically do this for like 25 hours just because it's easier to just say 10 a.m. to 10 a.m., but it always falls on daylight savings time, so I think we end up always doing 25 hours. But it's dedication, man. This year we've raised the goal a little bit more to 25K. Last year you guys were amazing, and I believe we went over 80,000, which was just insane. But we do have lots of cool donation goals. for everybody, which will.
I just want you to know, Michael Bacon came into my office during stream just to give me a bunch of candy.
Are they tricks or are they treats? That's the question.
I guess they're treats. So
Michael,
come over here. You want to say hi?
Come say
hi to the stream.
They probably can't hear him.
Hold on, he's coming around.
Did he bring candy for everyone?
No, he just brought candy for me. Look right here, in here. What's up, buddy?
Where's his costume? He's usually pretty good.
Where's the costume? They want to know. What? Oh no, Michael! You better run over to Target or something. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for the treats, Michael. He usually does a good job.
He usually does something crazy.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks. It's always nice to see our bacon. We'll definitely have bacon back on for sure.
They said technically you do have a costume. They said you're the rocker bacon because of you got the glasses going on.
Yeah, I got the glasses on. So for our 24-hour live stream, we do have quite a few goals. We showcased up to the 12,000 marker. We have some other ones like we're all going to jump into the pool, like an ultimate dunk tank thing in whatever we're wearing at the time, which could be a cow suit, a dinosaur outfit, I don't know. And then there's all kinds of other goodies that are there, as well as some really cool lore pieces. This year's lore is going to be, a little step up from our previous lore in the sense of like what you guys have seen. We've put together quite a presentation for you all. So you'll definitely want to unlock all the pieces to be able to see what's in store for you. And then, of course, during our live stream, we'll be playing our Pathfinder game set in Ashes of Creation. Pathfinder. We'll be playing Pathfinder with Steven GMing us, and you can affect the game. I think the only thing we changed from last year, because we basically looked and saw what people were donating, was the Change Places one. That's a new one. Because that one, I think only one person donated for, so we swapped it for something else. And Change Places basically means that the players have to change like which character they're playing, which should be pretty crazy. But yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff, planned for that. And, you can go check it out at our link there, bit.ly/AOC Extra Life 2021. Go ahead and start donating. Those will immediately start affecting it right from the beginning. So go on and head over there. And if you are doing your own stream yourself, you can actually join our team. And you go to that same link. You'll see that our team is there. You can add and join there. So if you're doing your own stream, you can actually join our stream team. And we can work together to raise money for an awesome cause. I believe Stephen and I are going to try to do a chat with Rady Children's Hospital as well. We're trying to lock something in so we can kind of chat with them. We're going to try to do it before live stream, but if it's after, we'll share the video with you guys as well. We want to be involved as much as we can with our local hospital. We're trying to find other ways that we can also work with them as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff.
I like somebody in chat said, wait, you're telling me I could have paid $35 this whole time to roll nat 20s? She's talking about their game.
You could if your DM was down. Next up, we have our glorious Gourds. But first, I'm going to show a little video of our team doing theirs. It started at a weird part, but yeah, check it out. We had
this was such a cool event that Margaret put together. You and Brian doing all the decorations in the cafeteria area. It was cool to see everyone kind of try to make these awesome looking pumpkins, which started out great from a sketch perspective as I was watching. And then like as they started carving, things went a little downhill. but I thought they turned out really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone killed it. So yeah, we did our own carving as well. But of course, what you guys want to know is who won the prizes. So this year we upped the ante. We have even more rewards for people. We had even more winners, and we had some really cool stuff like this amazing Corsair gaming chair, and of course some returning items as well that you might have seen, as as well as Alpha 2 access. So if you know, I know there's a lot of people who have said, I can't really afford to purchase, one of the kick or whatever the backer or pre-order packages or anything like that. This was kind of your opportunity to be part of that. Not only did we do a contest, we also did a sweepstakes because we got a lot of feedback that people were like, well, I'm not really a creative person. I don't really do digital or carving of pumpkins, or I can't find a pumpkin. So we wanted to provide those folks an opportunity, and you could have, been in both of them. So you got a double opportunity. So with that, without further ado, here we go. Let's show off the winners. Are you ready, Stephen? This is the first time the winners will be announced.
The winners?
Yeah, these are the winners.
Oh, I voted in this. I should have had okay, let's see.
It's all on the run of show, so if you want to click
perfect.
that, you can also look at those.
Got it.
So first and foremost, we have our gleeful winner. Our digital gleeful winner, creative.
What is happening there?
So it's our corgi. We have a corgi in our game. If you guys don't know, there is actually a corgi in our game. And he's crushing, I think he's crushing Nick's pumpkin, because Nick carved a pumpkin, and Fee's like all about it. So Fee and Nick are our two like little mascots. And if you didn't know, I'm gonna blow your mind.
Is that supposed to be a butt?
It's Fee Nick, like Phoenix.
Oh, okay. But it's not a butt?
No, it's definitely a corky butt. Definitely sat down on poor Nick's
that's like
pumpkin.
A butt cheek dimple in the side too.
Yep.
Wow. Very graphic with that one. How did that get past our approval committee?
You voted on this. I saw you. I saw you. Don't even start.
I put like a 4 out of comedy, I think.
Yeah, this one won the funny. It won the gleeful digital. Yeah. So winning the physical one. So great job, Cheesy Weasel. I believe you've already been contacted. We'll be talking to you about getting the information so that we can send you your rewards. So congratulations on that. Our physical winner for our gleeful prize is this amazing. Oh my gosh. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, Evelyn made this. And our resident Flanagan, aka Toast, appreciated it.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I believe Toast dressed up as this last year.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, remember she had like she had a light on her head and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she got creative, man. Next up, we have our glorious winners. And the first up with that is this one from, I believe he wants to just be called Woo, but his full name is listed there as well, if you'd like to see that. Very neat. A lot of stuff going on in the background too for this digital one.
I like the eye that fell out on the left.
Yeah.
And like there's this
you can see the Fellbeak macaws.
Fellbeak, yeah.
They're both Fellbeak macaws. I think they're being this horrifies. But Fellbeak macaws creep me out as already. And like if you read the lore, there's actually lore on our website if you want to watch or read it. And then there also is a video that shows the creation process of them. They are so creepy. They're creepy little teeth.
Creepy little teeth.
Creepy little teeth. I designed them that way. We need creepy teeth. All right, next up we've got our physical one, which is from Big Chief JoJo. And
wow, look at the detail.
Look at that carving.
That's
amazing.
Crazy. I like the individual threads of hair on the beard.
Yeah, and if you look closely at the bottom, they're actually braided, Steven.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So great job, JoJo. This was awesome. I liked seeing a carving.
This isn't JoJo's first sculpting.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
next.
Super cool. Is that supposed to be bacon?
I think it's a dunier.
Oh, it's a dunier. Okay.
A dunier dwarf. Our next one is our gorgeous one, and we'll start with our digital version. And this is beautiful. It's like a phoenix kind of looking down at this pumpkin. And inside you can see our two fire like mages kind of casting something, doing some kind of ritual in there. And I think there's one of the fire fox of the pyre up in the top kind of keeping watch. This is the story that I've built for myself. I don't know if that's actually the story.
I like the work on the phoenix.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful. And then our physical digital one, and that's by Crixie. Congratulations, Crixie. Is this one. Woo! This is the physical one from Jason, and wow.
Wow. How do you even do the details like that?
I don't know, but and you have to get it thin enough where when you put a light inside the pumpkin that it goes through. Because we saw, as you saw, Ryan Richmond's pumpkin had an issue with that because like he didn't make it thin enough. Remember? So we put like 100 lights in that thing.
Ryan Richmond out on stream?
Well, because we put like
as
100...
we saw with the failure of Ryan Richmond's pumpkin.
Look, he's an amazing concept artist, and he made our lovely mushroom booty boy. But the problem was it didn't glow through the pumpkin.
Ryan, stick to Photoshop, buddy.
No, I'm just kidding. Ryan, you're amazing. No, it was amazing. It just wasn't thin enough so the light couldn't come through it. Like, you can go look at it. It was gorgeous.
That was so funny. Ryan, yeah. I didn't say it. Margaret said it. I thought it was great, personally. I thought you did a really good job.
I thought you did amazing.
Margaret apparently did not like it at all.
No, I think he did an amazing job. I said he did an amazing job. He did a 100% amazing... Stop. He did an amazing job. It just needed to be thinner so we could get the lights to show through. All right, cool. Steven, stop. All right, our next one is our grotesque pumpkins. And, oh wait, did I say the name? Yeah, I did say the name. Our grotesque prize winner for digital is the Crow. And speaking of our mushroom booty guy, he's back there. I think he's going to eat this pumpkin. No, the pumpkin is nomming on some mushrooms. And the mushrooms are coming to attack this pumpkin.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the decrepit kind of almost undead gray on the mushroom.
Yeah.
His face is just like...
See, Steven, what about my gray version of the my gray and black version of the mushroom guy? Yeah, we should share that someday.
Yeah.
He was against it.
I was a little against. There was not any color in it, even
that
in
was
the cap.
Point. It was like a gray and white like monochrome theme.
I think that that looks good like on concept, but when you get into the game and it's just this gray thing.
Yeah, I can understand that for sure.
Yeah.
It looks cool the way it is now too. I think both versions are sick.
Totally.
We'll have to show the other one sometime.
Yes.
All right. Our physical grotesque one is this one, which is super creative. This is by Flaunt, and definitely flaunting some skills here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that Play-Doh or an actual pumpkin?
It's like they took pumpkin pieces and like built it into the bird creatures. What are they called? They have a weird name.
I mean, that's just really a lot of talent. That's like, architectural, artistic, like, some degree of Gourd expertise in understanding that it's not going to fall apart with the rib cage is just well done.
Yeah, it's very good. And the lighting is
surely the head is not pumpkin.
I think it is.
That's crazy.
The whole thing is pumpkin, but Toast can let me know.
It's like a Dracolich, a pumpkin Dracolich.
I think it's we have those bird creatures in our game. I can't remember the name of them right now.
I see.
Yeah. God, why can't I remember the name? I haven't seen them in a while.
About shoot.
We've shown them like a long time ago.
Somebody knows in chat.
Yeah.
What are the birds? The birds in Alpha 1. The little those one birds.
People are saying terror birds. I don't think
not
they're terror birds. I don't think
we know what terror birds are. I went into a very lengthy explanation on terror birds.
All right. Well,
Sladeborn. Thank you, Lex. Sladeborn.
Sladeborn. There we go. Because I was like, I know the name, but I can't remember.
I'm sorry. My mind is mush. I would normally recall that, but
yeah, we've had a busy month. Next up, we're going to go into our groundbreaking ones, and then we'll go into our sweepstakes winners. So groundbreaking, the cockiest king won the first one for the digital version, and this is pretty sick. They have kind of the raven in the background with the eyes, and our cool. Turtle friend. A lot going on in this one. And then there's like a little bowl of gross stuff in the front.
I think it's a play on the crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Very cool.
And then the next one for the physical version is Friendly Neighbor. And this is another creation, which just, again.
Wow.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so this is the
How
Draco
big is
Lich
that
one.
thing? That thing looks huge.
I'm not sure, but it does look pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And I think they like paint it with glow in the dark stuff or something because like it kind of looks like it glows in the dark.
I think they have a black light on it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Looked like a black light.
And
That's pretty
then,
cool though.
so friendly neighbor. So that's all of our digital and physical winners. Our sweepstakes winners are Corey C, Colin S, Dave B, David N, Sasha S, Graham J, Jersey P, Paul O, Amanda D, and Jane L. And all of the winners have been contacted. So if you have been contacted, please make sure that you reply. I believe most of them already have replied. But yes, we're
well done, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very, I mean, just amazing talent. Very cool. I didn't know you could do so much with a pumpkin.
Yeah, people killed it. Every year we're always like amazed by all of the amazing stuff that everybody does. So we really appreciate all of the goodness, and hopefully you'll appreciate all of the rewards, and we'll definitely see you all in our Alpha 2 because you're getting access to it. Yeah. Next up, just quick reminder of the things that are going on the website. We have continued work on improving our SSO, 2FA, and general like account security stuff. That's all underway. Whenever we have our update, we'll notify you all via our support channels and our support and mobile web designs. Last month, I told you all that those were being created. Those designs are now complete, and the next steps to implement them are moving forward. And you'll see them when they're ready to be pushed live. Beyond that, we have our monthly cosmetics are going to be swapping over. The Dying of the Light is scheduled to swap over November 3rd, 2021 at 11 a.m. Pacific. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And of course, all of those details are always in our article. We always let you know way a month in advance when things are swapping over, so there are no surprises. Last month, we asked you, what are your thoughts around character and gear inspection, particularly as it relates to settings and options? Should you have the option to allow or disallow others from inspecting your character? Why or why not? And we really appreciate all of the feedback that you all sent for our dev discussion. And of course, in November, we will have another one that will be coming up here. And that one is going to be on user interface. So if that's something that you're super passionate about, which I feel like all of us should be because it's something that we deal with, we're interacting with all the time, please get your feedback into us when we post that up. And then, of course, we have our guild gathering ones. We asked you, what administrative functions do you wish other games had in their guild management system? Anything that you always feel like you're missing as a guild leader or officer? And you all had some amazing suggestions. I think our design team had quite a few extra ones as well that they felt were necessary as well. So it's cool to see that, we have all of the ones that you guys want, as well as some extra ones internally. And next month, we will be doing another one, and this is going to be on guild versus guild politics. So this will be a juicy one to be part of. So please send us your feedback so that we can make sure that we're implementing designs that you all like. And of course, last but not least, our content creator program is still open for applications. We have not sent invitations yet, but applications are out there. So go forward until we close the application process. Beyond that, I think we're ready for our studio update. If you want to take us onto that. Like I said,
absolutely,
a lot of reminders for this month and announcements.
All right, it's 11:25. We're ready to start. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, we had to announce all the winners, so
I know. Yes, not too much really on the studio update front this month. We've been plugging along, obviously, in our completing our retrospectives, completing our review process. We have gone through kind of research and iteration phase, and now are moving on to implementation of some of the core features for Alpha 2. Things have been going pretty good here at the studio. We've finally got all of our furniture in. The vast majority of us are back now in the studio. We're just waiting on some ancillary, artistic touches to the studio. Hiring's been going great. The whole having a bunch of people really applying to the studio, excited about the project and wanting to Somebody just walked by and put a weird monster head across the door window. So there's like peeking in the office. I'm sorry. Okay.
I think we're going to be, this is going to be a long stream, guys. Buckle in.
Hiring's been going great. We've had a lot of great talent applied to the studio naturally, organically, just in their awareness of the project. You guys as a community helping on that front has been extraordinary. We really appreciate it. We have now some additional internal recruiters that have started. Stacy, Cameron, they're getting hard to work here in helping fill some some additional positions, and we have the space now to grow in the new studio. So we're very excited about that. Things have been going really good on the design and engineering front. A lot of tech debt that was part of the Alpha 1 milestone that has been pretty much shored up now. And they have been able to move on to some pretty exciting feature development. So that's been exciting to watch. We'll have some updates for you in this stream. But otherwise, things are going really good at the studio. So very excited for this next chapter, very excited for this next milestone. Alpha 2, I think, is going to be a real game changer. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're just doing lots of stuff to, you know, keep everyone happy outside of work as well, because we have a lot of people who have moved here. So just, you know, having fun and making games.
Yeah.
Next up, we have our design and engineering update. And would you like to start with the video, or
yeah, we can start with a video. I know you guys have been patient, kind of going along so far. Just want to, you know, give you a real quick precursor to the video. One, as we've said last month in the development live stream, that post Alpha 1, there's going to be an interim period where a lot of things are getting torn apart in the build, in the engine, and you know, is being iterated upon. New features are being developed, and in that regard, you know, it's going to be a little while before we actually show you some new in-game mechanics and, you know, new areas where they need to get into a good state. You know, they need to be presentable. So we want to make sure we're cognizant of that. But in the interim, we always have things moving forward on the art side, you know, being able to show you guys some of the animal husbandry system and how kind of variants occur on a per animal basis. You're going to see that in this video a little bit. You're going to see a new mount in this video. So just wanted to, you know, keep the pace of monthly giving you an in-game look at some of these things as they come online. You'll be getting more into the mechanical and systems aspect of things in future months. But for now, this is just a short, sweet video in-game just to show you some mount variants in the animal husbandry system and a couple new mounts.
All right, we'll see you all in about 8 minutes.
Welcome, Ashes of Creation community, to another stream on the development of Ashes of Creation. Happy to have you guys with us today. A very spooky Friday. Hope you guys are planning to have a fun weekend and enjoying Halloween for those of you who celebrate. Just wanted to take a moment to jump in game and give you guys an update on some progress. So, as we've said over the last couple of live streams, you know, exiting out of Alpha 1, there's going to be a significant period of downtime. You know, we're not going to be showing a lot of stuff in their broken states and kind of reiterating on a lot of these systems, as well as, you know, implementing additional features for Alpha 2. You know, that work is moving ahead. Teams are doing a great job in that front. But there are some things I can't show you. And when I can, I would love to jump in game and kind of give you that progress report. So as you can see here, I am just walking along in the world of Vera. But there are some things on an animal husbandry front that might be of interest to those of you who like that kind of thing. So let me show you some of the things that we've been doing. Now, some of you may be familiar with the Dawnbreaker mount. And just to give you like a little bit of an update, Jinxie's gone ahead and done a second pass on the Dawnbreaker, updated some of the hair, some of the features of the face and whatnot. And I think you will be happy to see some of those updates. So as you can see, the wings have gotten a little bit of a treatment, but more importantly, let me see if I can get by this light a little bit. You can see the hair has been updated as well. The eyes, the beak. Let's see if I can get a better position. Hold on. All right, there we go. Oh, he's angry. Hey, whoa, calm down. Calm down. All right, I know you're excited. But as you can see, some of the wings have been updated. The hair has been updated. The model itself is looking much better. Looking very cool. But to demonstrate some of the things that are possible through the animal husbandry system, let me show you some alternative Dawnbreakers. I can open my AI, or UI, sorry, AI. Okay, so you saw that guy, but what about this dude? Oh my gosh. Look at those green wings. Look at the things you can change on these animals. Love it. Looks very cool. I love the green is almost mesmerizing. Oh yeah. This guy looks pretty cool. Alright, let me show you another one. Another little variant. Wait for it. And it's not just the wings that can change, as you'll see in the next one, but the skin color, the fur. Let's take a look at this guy. Wait, let's take a look at this guy. Ooh, this guy's like a dark moth one. And you can see he's got variant eye color, variant fur colors, the pattern and colors and the emissive on the wings have changed. And these are just a few options through the animal husbandry system that are capable. Let's see, hold on. Let me show you another one. Actually, this guy's not a variant. This is a mount that you might have seen a while ago, the plumed halberdier. Oh, this guy is so pretty. I love the axe, the halberd head that's on his beak. Oh, he looks so cool. Yeah, this guy's awesome. See if I can get a little running. So we're gonna have him sprint a bit. Oh no! Flame-scarred Corrupta. This guy's coming for me. Hold on. Let me just kill him. Alright, yeah, go back. Go back from whence you came, fiend. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at some of the cool updates and progress on the animal husbandry front, and taking a look at also some of the mounts that came out. Yet again, I want to remind you that, you know, as we're kind of moving towards Alpha 2 here, and tearing apart systems and working on new features, you will get more updates in future live streams. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at some of these cool advancements on the art side. Stuff's coming together and looking good. See you guys back on stream, and have a happy Halloween. Bye.
So, did you have fun showing off all the goodness?
Absolutely. Oh no, I was listening. Okay, here we go. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, the cool thing about watching us progress, especially on the art front, is that you get to see as passes occur, the graphics, you know, gets improved, the models themselves get improved, they become more performant. Like I said, the real systems heavy, mechanics heavy stuff you're not going to be seeing for probably at least a couple more months. That includes like combat, it includes systems
I have a
and node
list if you'd like me to
redesigns,
read
and
through that
oh
too.
yeah, sure,
Yeah, engineering
absolutely.
sent over a list of things. Obviously, they're working on the initiatives through this December as well, with a bunch of goodness. But they're supporting environment for building needs, and I'll be talking a little bit about that in the environment section. They're optimizing blueprint scripts to code, and I know design is helping assist with a lot of that too, just making everything a little bit more performance related, and cleaning things up. Code system cleanup, cleaning out deprecated codes and systems. Player character animation system revamp, which you probably won't see for a few months. Another one of those things that Stephen had mentioned. I think a few of these are like that. The new advanced AI system that they're working on, and upscaling game network capabilities for players and NPC capacities, as well as new combat and ability systems applied to NPCs, and then also improved player NPC movement performance and smoothness.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of initiatives right now underway. And it takes time, obviously, for us after Alpha 1 for us to go through and implement those features, those updates, that kind of tech debt work that's necessary, right? So just be patient with us over the next couple of months, right? You're going to have a little bit of a lull in systems heavy or mechanics heavy kind of previews, right? Because all of that stuff is getting actively worked on at the moment for Alpha 2. So that's a pretty important thing. But what we can show you is fun stuff, the artistic stuff, right? The passes that are being done, the new models that are being created, the world coming to life, essentially, right? And that's always a fun thing to see.
And we
From
could
a
show
design,
some things. Like I think
oh
last
yeah,
month we showed off some of the performance stuff that our team is working on, as well as the node
for
system.
sure.
What do you call it? Like simulation. So we can definitely show some of
Yeah,
that stuff, and we will. The pieces that we're comfortable with sharing, we definitely will. Some of it has to
absolutely.
be a little secret, so no one steals our stuff. But yeah.
Oh dear. Yes. So great thing though on the design front is, and actually just to talk a little bit about the video that you saw, right? Those variations that were present with the Dawnbreaker, right? Those are examples of how animal husbandry surfaces kind of subtle changes from subtle to extreme, right? Those were more subtle, right? Those are wing variations, those were fur variations, color variations, eye color variations, all of that kind of stuff, gets represented as part of the animal husbandry system. And it's cool to see what's available for players to experiment with, to discover, to essentially engage on in the animal husbandry front. But I think that's really something that's cool because it gives a uniqueness, a character, essentially to the profession itself, right? Yielding something unique to the actual player. That's always a fun thing to see. Now, you did see that it was a flying mount, and of course, always I need to say, flying mounts are restricted to essentially high titles. Those are mayors of metropolises and kings and queens of castles. But the winged mounts, for those who are not of royal nature, they do have gliding capabilities, and those gliding capabilities can be developed, so you can glide further. But the other thing that's cool, and really what design has been focusing now, and a little bit we spoke about last month, and I'm not sure, are there any other pieces that we want to show from design visually?
No,
Or
I'll be moving
okay,
on to
cool.
the environment art next.
Cool, very cool. So just real quick on the design front, it's been a really great process over this last month and a half, essentially, where we've kind of gone through obviously the player feedback. We talked about that last month. We've gone through, kind of identifying the changes that we want to make based off of the experiences in Alpha 1. Even though that was a very core technical stand-up, there was still a lot of great information that was received on the design front for the intents of future Alpha 2 systems and mechanics. So working very cllosely with the design team on that front. I think I don't know how many hours of the day in the last month and a half.
Discussions.
That was, yes, many hours. Oh,
verbal battling.
a lot of passion. Love the passion. It's a lot of fun too, because you're surrounded by other MMORPG players and developers and lovers of this genre, and we all have an eclectic past and different games that we participated in, things that we loved about those games. So that's
things that we learned,
is,
things that we think
yeah,
people, we need to fix or solve, and things that we think
absolutely.
people did well that we'd like to make sure that we're, incorporating. think there's a wide balance of that. And to touch on the front that Stephen mentioned, in regards to some of this stuff, we won't be showing for a few, like a little bit of time. That also ties in with our creative director's letter too. I know there's some discussion about this in the community, but we will probably be having one of those in December with some more information potentially. And also that will include a video and some infographics from our Alpha 1 as well. So we just want to make sure that we have kind of a solid, I wouldn't say roadmap, but a little bit more of, a solid piece of information that we can give you all about the next quarter and what that looks like for us. And then obviously we'll continue doing those quarterly past that point. But right now we're, like Stephen said, a lot of it is kind of tech debt, looking at the stuff that we have, redesigning some things that we think need changing based on everyone's feedback. But we're really taking everything to heart. So thank you all so much for coming into our Alpha 1. For those of you who weren't able to join, but like watched a lot of content, left a lot of feedback, we even went and looked at feedback from videos that our like content creators created, and we reread through those pieces. So we really did a thorough dive into all of the things that you guys were saying, good and bad, and we want to make sure that we're just making a really great game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Moving on. We've got a lot to get through in 15 minutes. I don't think we're going to make it. So first and foremost, we'll switch over to our environment goodies. Which will start with some props. I'm going to show these, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about what the environment team has been up to. These are concepts of the Imperium props, but the environment teams themselves have been finishing building remaining props assets for Empyrean, Kalar, and Dunia races, and you've been seeing a lot of those as we've been showcasing them. And then also there will be some that I'll be showing today as well. They're doing node R&D for node levels. This basically showing, from a town all the way to a metropolis, what that looks like, how much space that takes up, what each of the races kind of look like, where buildings are placed, where paths are placed, that kind of thing. And trying to make sure those feel, unique and different every single time they're built. It's a lot of tech that goes into that. They're also building out the Vera map. You guys have seen the map. Obviously, there may be some changes that come along the way, but they're finishing planning their paths for the remaining biomes that they have left, as well as the world details in regards to those pieces. Maybe there's some different types of, plants they need for each of those biomes, etc., that need to be created out. So they're kind of making the plans for all of those things. Obviously, prop content started for the Valoon and Renkai. You haven't really seen a lot of those yet, but those are coming in, and you'll be seeing those coming in, in the future, as well as building out camp through village stage modular building sets for Valoon and Renkai as well. So I think we've shown in the past a lot of Pyrian, Kalar, Dunia stuff, and you'll be seeing some of the new races coming forward as well. They're doing some dynamic. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, one of the big things, obviously, in this heavy production work of creating all of these props and these assets that, essentially fill the world is, I think as you guys have seen, our attention to detail, our desire to create a very immersive environment is strong with this team. And all of this diversity, this work that's done on the prop front, on the asset front, helps to convey that when you're in game. And over the years in development, you guys have seen, if you've been following, significant strides in visual fidelity, essentially, right? And having that diverse ecosphere of these types of prop works for environments like villages and the node advancement, I think really sets the stage for a fun and immersive atmosphere for players. So it's great. It's great to see our artists, doing such a great job in detailing, what these props, contain, because oftentimes in many games we probably played together, there's not too much detail that's catered to such, minute aspects. But when they're all, placed together to create that environment, that detail really comes to life and makes the game much more enjoyable, in my
Of
opinion, for it.
course. And speaking of detail, I've been showing you the concepts and then the environment props. I think I did environment props and then concepts. Sorry, I misclicked. These are actually the iconography for the different races. These are not final. Again, these are work in progress, but these are some things that they're running through their mind. But you can really see the differences in the cultures and the way that they do things and the type of like iconography for each of them, which is really cool. Especially
Right.
when it
And
comes
and
to
there's
flags and banners.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big components of these cultures, there's a very rich history, and those histories are represented obviously in this this, graphics work on sigils. There's a lot of influences that are specific to those cultures. And you may not see any one obviously of these. You might see a whole collection of these depending on what aspect of that culture you're looking at, right? Whether it be the
Yeah.
military side or the economic side, the advanced scientific sides. Like, they all represent where these cultures have come from, and it's important to make sure we're on the ball with that and
You
represent those.
You really want to unlock the lore for the extra
Extra
life
life.
stuff. Yeah, it's
I
good. And
know.
it's going to look cool too. Like the way that we're going to be like visually and audibly sharing that information is going to be neat. So I hope you all tune in and I hope you all like it. But of course, if you missed the stream, we'll be sharing those things on our YouTube channel as well. Beyond those things, we are also working on dynamic dungeon system planning. A lot of dungeon stuff is being worked on in regards to that, and incorporating all the things from design side.
Yeah, on the dungeon front, sat in with a few meetings with Jeremy and with the environment team, Brian Gans and Michael Bacon, just chatting about kind of what we've already expressed to you guys in the past on these design fronts is, these dungeons are going to be ever changing. There's going to be elements of them that reflect kind of the advancement of the node structure throughout the world, and in that sense, the spawn populations might change. Corridors might become open from time to time that are unique. New traps might be placed in random locations or procedurally. Just something that keeps this content, which typically in MMORPGs is very repetitive. Like, you have a grind spot, you go to that grind spot, and you're just constantly there, day after day or whatever. Something to shake that up, to make that more interesting, to make it fresh, right? That is the objective of the dungeon team, is to identify technologies and develop those technologies in-house that can create a more eclectic atmosphere in these dungeon areas.
Yeah. Beyond the dungeon system stuff, they're also working on building construction and destruction pipelines for buildings. I think we'll be showing some videos of those in the upcoming months. I know they were working on some of it, but they weren't quite ready for Kyle to make some video of it. But we'll definitely show some of like the buildings being constructed and then deconstructed and what that looks like. I know there's been a curiosity in that, and we've shown some of it in the past. And some of you experienced it in Alpha 1, but it's only going to get better. That's like early stages of it, so it's even going to be more insane as we move forward. And of course, they're working on world lighting improvements. And this last one, I actually have a video about, which is weather and season systems. They're doing a lot of research and development on this and building out the pipelines for it.
Is this the turtle?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to talk a little about it?
Yeah, let's preface that just real quick. So, again, reiterating the comments I made about the subtleties and immersion aspects of the game are important, not just from a prop and environment standpoint, but also from a creature standpoint. And many times your environment in game changes based on where you're located, right? They might be weather, might be time of day, might be seasonal. Like, those components should be demonstrated in some graphical visual way to the player, and not just from an environmental perspective, but also to the things you own, right? So mounts being one of those things that you own will interact with the seasons and the time of day. And they'll do so on an effects front. They'll do so on a complementary colors and flowers that might be available. So what you're going to see here in a moment is a demonstration of how one particular mount, I can't remember the name of this one. I know it's a turtle, but what is it called?
This is the terrapin.
Terrapin.
Yeah.
So the terrapin tortoise. The terrapin tortoise, as you'll see in just a moment,
this is just an example. This is not that.
Just, yeah, exactly. It's just an example. Has a little tree that sticks out of its shell.
Yeah.
And around that tree are some effects that's intended. And on that tree are some blossoms and blooms that are intended. And you'll see how they interact with the seasonal and time of day changes here in just a second.
All right, I'll play the video. Yeah. So again, I just want to preface that like we're just using this example, but we could use this type of tech for a lot of things, not just mounts. We're just showcasing it on mounts as an example of how it could work. And like this is actually, you can pop in the game right now and change the daylight and change the weather, and it automatically does this for this mount.
Yeah, this is in game now, and you know, obviously different. I think there's going to be a way that we're going to implement this on a design perspective as well. Mounts will have rarities, right? And those rarities will be, I think, respective not only of their skill selection that they were either bred with or acquired with, right? But also, as it scales in rarity, you're going to see effects like these come online, the ability for that mount to represent. But as Margaret said, this is not just on the mount front. This is something that I think allows us to integrate both the visual component of an environment that you see, but also incorporate effects as part of that environment and that change accordingly to other things that are going on in the world. And I think that's a really cool component. Jim Sanders did a great job on this
Jim.
front. Yeah, really.
He's been doing a lot of crazy stuff that's getting him to a point where he's like, I don't even know how this works.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I need an engineer.
I like Vale Mistwarden says like housing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're 100%
your
correct.
trees
so
and
the types of the types of birds you might see, right, that are flying around, or, you know, maybe during spring you have, oops, sorry about that. Maybe during spring you have some like hummingbird feeders, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of cool things that are capable with this type of system that add just an extra oomph of character.
And that's not it. We have more stuff for you. The environment team has also been working on some prop tech, which I will show you a video of right now. So for instance, like this allows them to kind of use like an object, but be able to like change the textures on it to make it kind of look like a different object, kind of grouping objects together really easily, changing what they look like dynamically, a lot of interesting stuff like that. That's going to help us with nodes a lot. And I think I have another video here that assists with that as well, which is kind of like a clutter thing.
A clutter thing? Nice.
Well, yeah. So it's basically, I don't know how to explain it. It's basically like how objects are laid on a table. It like auto populates it to look differently.
I see.
I call it clutter, or they call it clutter. So I don't know.
In Editor, you have these little props that sometimes sit on top of other props. And Margaret gave the example of like potions or food
or bread,
cups or whatever, right? And this is just a quick way for designers to utilize what assets the environment team is providing them and randomly shuffle these assets on top of another prop, essentially, so that there's a greater diversity, attention to detail on these
and the
environments,
size
these
of
settings.
objects. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's pretty amazing. You could pull a crate and then all of a sudden it's just like, here's a group of them. Here's a different formation of them. Here's the type, the race. And then this stuff is really neat. Just being able to place the objects. I was telling them how I would love this tech on a user side too, for when we're placing objects in our freehold. And they looked at Bacon was like, not yet, Margaret.
Calm down, Margaret.
Yeah. I'm like, but
it's different. It's a little different to do in runtime.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's entirely possible, right? But this is really just intended for the
I'm
designers.
a huge Sims player, so this stuff excites me. But yeah, so that is environment stuff. And then we'll move on to character. We are going a little long. We'll try to get through this quickly. So next up. Wrong thing. There we go.
Oh, another video.
No, this is the tortoise it was playing. So next up, we've got quite a few things. We'll be showing off some stuff here. And this is obviously the Fellbark Berserker.
Yeah, this is the completed armor set. This was, I believe, Eli that worked on this. Great job. Eli Hurst did an awesome job, especially, just looking at this bark material.
Yeah.
Very cool.
When I was designing this, I was like, I really want like bark armor, like living tree armor. I think, you hear about it in a lot of like fantasy games and stuff, but you don't get to like see it. And I think it looks so sick.
Yeah. In Pathfinder, they have it. It's called, oh my gosh, I can't remember. It's like Living Wood or something.
Oh yeah, I think it's called Living Wood. I think you're right.
It is, yeah, Living Wood, I think. And that's what druids will wear because they can't have metal armors.
And this is the Pal Ward of the Custodian. The cosmetic version is going to be more platinum. I think this kind of has a little bit too much gold in it. Obviously, none of these are like final, but yeah. And they even made the weapons. Great. They look sick.
Was it Danny that did this one?
I'm not sure. I don't have all the names on my assets here. I should probably just put that in my notes.
We should do that, yeah.
Yeah, in the future, I'll put it in my notes.
I think this is Danny. If it's not Danny, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it's Danny.
And you saw this in Steven's video, the plumed halberdier.
Look at the colors. I just love the colors. I love light blue and white together.
Well, that whole set, this actually came with that other set. That whole set was kind of like that blue and like platinum gold vibes with the little gemstones and stuff.
Yeah, it looks great.
This set was really fun to design too. It's kind of different, very like I know we needed some more armor pieces for some of the things that design is plotting.
By the way, I can smell what's happening right now.
Oh, is it good?
Oh, yeah. It's like seeping through the walls into the office.
This is the Burrow Hawk. Well, they are starting at noon. They're starting the potluck.
I'm so ready for some food.
I believe this is a you design, Steven.
Yes, that's a little bird.
The Burrow Hawk.
The Burrow Hawk. Doesn't he? He should have like a fox body.
Yep, fox like body.
There we go.
Yeah, looks
Loving
sick.
the wing work. Feathers look great.
And then we have our Oathbreaker, which I think you guys have seen, or Oathbearer. I think you guys have seen him before. There's been some changes and
I'm
updates.
so ready for a polar bear variant of this.
I think he made a polar bear version already.
I know Ash mentioned it, and Atkins is like, I already got you covered, buddy.
Yeah, and he like shared it. It looks good. It's not completely ready to show yet, but yeah, that's there. And then we have our Purgle.
I was watching, just a quick note. Yeah, that guy's so cool. I love his colors. I was watching a new series. I can't remember. This was like a year or two ago on HBO. I think it was called, oh man, what was that? What was that series called on HBO where they go through?
There's so many series on HBO.
Areas.
He's just like, what was that series on HBO?
No.
Which one, Steven? There's like
wait, where they have a polar bear and the polar bear attacks people.
Oh.
And he's like the king of the polar bears. It was like
polar bears.
Oh yeah.
Dark Materials people are saying?
His Dark Materials.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good show.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to watch it.
I would love the way his Dark Materials. Thank you. Ash just messaged me. But Ash mentioned having the polar bear variant. I can't remember the name of it, but he's like a king of that. But it would be cool to see that guy as a polar bear. Yeah.
Awesome. We definitely will have a polar bear version. And then this is the Purgle, little cutie pie. stuff of my nightmares. I was like, I want a pig and like a squirrel, and I want them to have a baby.
I really see the animations for this guy mirroring that of a squirrel.
Yeah, that's what I imagined.
Well? Okay,
it was
good,
that's what I imagined. I don't know what the artists are going to do, but when I was designing this, I was imagining it like a squirrel and a pig had a baby.
Yeah, just running around real fast, jumping on things,
and like sniffing
jumping on your
with its
shoulder,
snout, like
and,
it finds
eating with its little hands and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And like kind of rubbing its horns on like the trees to like get nuts to shake off and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like Sunfrog said, smart as a pig, fast as a squirrel.
Next up, you did see these, so I won't linger on them too long, but this is the new Dawnbreaker wings. You've seen these as like concept pieces, I think, in the past, but now these are in-game as 3D models that you can see. Steven was flying them around as well. Next up, we've got the Sentinel Great Coat, which a lot of people tell me is like the Jon Snow
well,
vibes.
They weren't the first people to use that.
I'm like, they aren't the first people to use dark armor and cloak or like fur on cloaks.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's looking pretty sick. And then, of course, the Prowler of Perdition, which is, I know, a fan favorite, is now created. And this is one of Toast's favorite because she loves purple. So this set was one of her faves. So there you go. That bad boy. And I think I have a turntable of him. Yeah. Reminder that these turntables are like them in their T-pose. That's why they look a little strange. But it gives you like the high
like
def.
that in game.
Yeah.
The defense
tails
mechanism.
like that.
It has a barb at the end.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Like shoots out like acid or something.
I know.
And then, we try not to give you guys too much stuff that's like in-game achievables.
Yeah, we don't. Exactly.
We want you to see them in game and
to discover
them.
that. Exactly.
But we'll give you a little teaser.
Yeah.
So this one is the Skinwalker.
This is a Skinwalker. This is something that can be discovered and acquired in game. This is a mount, as you can tell by its little saddle. But yeah, I think Jinsey did this one. Yeah.
Yeah. And to remind you, the cosmetic stuff helps us design the world. So those are what we use for NPC variations and creatures and filling up the world and making the world feel lively. So just keeping that in mind too, because we get a lot of questions regarding that. And you're also really helping us build the world.
And part of the reason why we like to show sometimes, even though we want to keep a majority of the in-game achievable stuff kind of under wraps, because again, about that discovery component, this does give you at least a marker point for quality comparison to the cosmetics that we provided as well.
I mean, look at that.
You can see the
saddle.
detail. Exactly. You can see the detail that's available on the in-game assets, as well as the cosmetics, and see that they're comparable.
Yeah. The detail on this saddle is just phenomenal. I want like armor like that I could see the back piece that's on like the saddle being something like on the back of your head, like one of those weird, what are those things called?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
They're like weird things that people have in the back, like dials, like almost like a crown, but it's in the back of your head. Someone knows what it is, but
it's like floating behind you.
Yeah, they like float. Well, they don't have to float. They could be part of your armor too. But yeah, super cool. With that, gonna move into our Q&A, but I did want to touch on a couple things that the art team is working on as well, just to give you guys, some deets, because we like to give you them. They are obviously creating a lot of NPC armor sets, weapons, mounts, as per usual, doing all of that jazz. They're also working on a lot of 5-tier armor sets that will be incorporated with dungeons and quest lines. The design team's doing a lot of really cool epic quest lines, and they'll be incorporating a lot of those for those. They're working on the character creator, which I know everyone's very, very interested in. We don't really want to show you screenshots of the character creator. We really want to show you it working. And so when we're ready to share that with you, we will. But they're kind of moving along with that. They're figuring out where the limits of customization should be, body scaling, proportion scaling, musculature things, and making sure that everything's working. And then exposing tint control for players. That's going to be kind of like their initial task, so that whenever you guys are playing, you're able to kind of really make your character look unique. And that includes like skin, hair, and eyes. And Stephen had a really funny one he shared with the PI folks, but that's secrets.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I was like, what are you talking about? And then I remember.
Yeah,
yes.
You remember it.
Call him Swole Boy. And he skipped leg day.
He skipped leg day, yeah. It's like this little dwarf with like no legs. And then of course we have a lot of advancements on performance while they're trying to get the better fidelity with lighting and materials. They're also continuing to focus on the character and environment material unification. This is so that we can like kind of use stuff across the board, and that will also allow us to have better performance. So we're not like having like 5 different, leather textures. Like they can actually use them for all of like character and environment stuff, right? And then they're trying to get the look and the feel of characters and make sure that they're very because that's very important to them. So they're doing a lot more tests with environments and lighting and making sure that, when you actually create your character and you're in the game, that it kind of looks like what you create. And they'll be moving forward with Nakua and Renkai and Dunir models. So you'll be seeing a lot of these coming. That includes skin, head, tattoos, hairs, facial hairstyles. And then just in general, they're just trying to work on a lot more hairstyles for all the different races and a lot more armor sets per race as well. And I think I covered all of the things, unless you think there's anything I'm missing, Stephen.
No, not that I can think of. This costume is very hot. It's got to get hot.
All right, let's get into the Q&A section really quick.
Let's identify 3 top questions in the Q&A.
Oh, I'll just go with the first 3 then.
Okay.
Fair.
Sure.
As here from crafting, or about crafting, wants to know from the forums, is it decided whether hunting certificates will sometimes/always also act as crafting materials, or if these 2 concepts are completely separate?
Generally, the hunting certificates are not intended to be part of any type of crafting materials. So they are purely intended as a alternative mechanic to acquiring gold. And then additionally as a payment method for housing taxes, as well as citizenship dues. So that is the intended use of the hunting certificate system.
All right. And then Magic Man wants to know about world interactivity. Will there be objects in the world of Vera that give certain utility or mobility buffs? Example, a mushroom that makes you jump higher when stepped on. Ooh, I like that.
There are certain objects that can be placed by design. Some of those might be ladders, they could be slides, they could be different mobility things. Whether or not specifically there's a mushroom that lets you jump high, probably not.
They could be spongy. That'd be
who
cool.
knows? I don't know. It could be part of like a jumping puzzle or something. But yeah, no,
we have jumping puzzles already.
I know. The intent is that yes, there are going to be unique, I think, mobility objects in the world, such as ladders and slides and stuff like that. And those would primarily be found probably in certain types of like dungeon settings or jumping puzzles or hard to navigate areas.
Okay, cool. And Lashing from the forum wants to know about consumables. Will buffs from food and consumables persist through death? Or like you chug a potion, you die, it's done.
It depends on the consumable. There might be some very high grade consumables that do persist, but generally buffs will not persist past death. So for the most part, buffs will not persist past. If they do, it's a very unique or high end buff.
Okay, that's 3. Would you like me to ask any others?
All right, we can do one more.
All right, one more. He's giving you one more. Tyrannothoraxis wants to know about exploration. Do you plan on having account-wide map exploration and knowledge, or will maps be specific to your individual character?
That's a good question.
I think there's
a lively discussion about that actually at the moment, and tying that into kind of the library system as we've outlined previously, and cartography and the map making systems, whether or not maps will update geographic location advancements such as node advancements unless you've been recently to that area or have at least acquired that information from a central area like a library that has the cartography stuff. I guess answer to that is don't know yet. We will see. That's something that's actively being discussed.
That's okay. Sometimes we won't have the exact specific answer quite yet, but definitely we'll give you some more information on it in the future. And so, we good on questions then, Stephen? We're gonna wrap it up.
Well, I feel bad now. Let's go to 12:15. We'll go to 12:15.
Okay, all right.
However many let's do speed round. We'll do speed rounds.
Okay, we only have 10. So our next question is
we'll just do all 10. That's fine.
Yawanak wants to know about development. What are some lessons learned from other or recent MMORPG releases? And did any technical aspects of Ashes of Creation get considered as results?
Sounds like a trick question.
It is a trick question. We all know what they're trying. We know what you're trying to do.
Get me in trouble. This is gonna get me in trouble.
Don't worry, I'll keep you from getting in trouble.
Anything learned from recent game launches? Well, I think that there's a general thing learned about game launches as a whole, right?
Yeah.
Not recent or otherwise. But that, sometimes in game development, you have outside influences that can push release dates forward. And that can be a dangerous thing because both from a quality assurance perspective, making sure that the game has had enough time to sit in that polish phase, in that bug fixing phase, because launching an MMO is a very unique occurrence from a game world perspective, because persistence is an important thing. That persistence of your achievements and the economy and going through content, right? Like you get one server launch, and if that gets messed up, like what do? You restart the server, or it's like a whack-a-mole process, right? So taking your time is a luxury not every project has. At the same time, you have to balance what taking your time means, because if you have announced a project like we have, and you have active updates monthly, and people are part of the community and anticipating that project and want to play the game, there is a patience level. There is a patience endpoint as well. So I think having constant communication with your player base is extremely important. Having a very dedicated and good community team like Margaret and her team is a very important bridge for that communication to the developers. And as long as you guys are seeing that progress, you're seeing that development, we are feeling comfortable making sure we don't rush this thing, because rushing this thing can get us in the same place that some other games we all have played have gotten to, which is not a good place to be sometimes. We're lucky we don't have those outside influences, right?
Stephen is the influence.
He cracks the whip. I do crack. Sometimes, I try to delegate that cracking of the whip responsibility mostly to production, but sometimes, yes, you do have to crack the whip. But anyways, that would be my takeaway from, game launches in general, recent or otherwise.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about, even in this update, if you go earlier, we talked about how, when it comes to different systems or UI or whatever it might be, we learn a lot from different games of what things we like, what things we think we can improve with ours, systems that we can make better, or systems that we like. So I think that we constantly are looking at what other products are doing. As gamers ourselves, we just want to have fun. So I think it all incorporates.
I think it's important to note that any intelligent person is going to look at what is being done within their market sphere, right? Mm-hmm. That space. There's great additions that can be had because of it. There's revisions that can be had. There's, we can walk back some design ideas because another game has helped kind of, take that idea and prototype it themselves in their launch. And that's fine. Like, it is what it is. But I think the most important rule is communicate with your players and take the time necessary to make sure that the quality assurance of your game is good and that the design loops are solid, because MMOs have one opportunity to launch.
And your performance, and that performance is not just game client and performance, it's also server performance is going to be
important. And systems as well. How that system performs in the core gameplay loop, right? That's that's another important component. But yes, sorry, go ahead. Next one.
No, okay. Next one is from Dabpour G.
So much for rapid fire.
I know, so much for rapid fire. We got into it. Alpha 2. When you move into Alpha 2 phase of testing, do you have any predictions, hopes, or goals concerning server population / capacity?
Yeah, we're aiming for between 8,000 to 10,000 concurrent users on a per world shard basis. We feel very confident in that ability. We are also looking for very large battles as well, and we feel confident on that front also. So those are our goals, and we're sticking to them.
Yeah. Anduin wants to know about lore. What are the average lifespans for each of the major races of Vera? Maybe we can't give that information right now.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, from a traditional fantasy perspective, especially kind of precedence on races that, like D&D has, I think, a similar concept for
Yeah, like
race
elves live
lifespans.
much longer
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think you can look to that front and kind of draw some similarities. But yeah, that stuff will probably be outlined as we reveal more information on the races
And if you
as a result of the character creator.
unlock some of the lore from the Extra Life, you'll get some little teasers of bits of some of that as well. Tirakel wants to know about combat. How do you foresee projectiles working in terms of any differences between firing them in action or tab targeted combat?
That's a good question that we recently had some discussion about.
I heard some.
Obviously, there's some concern when it comes to projectiles and hitboxes, especially when races have varying hitbox sizes. And in that regard, we're going to look to kind of doing something on the capsule base aspect, because most capsules, and their bases will be relative in size. So something that the design and engineering team are looking towards, and you'll probably get more information on that as we draw closer to Alpha 2 and kind of outline some of the work we've done on the action combat front, I think.
All right, and then Karthos wants to know about ships. For ships with a variable/utility or variable utility/weapon locations, is this assignment done when the ship is first created, or can it be changed when the owner desires?
This would be something that's done at the creation stage of the ship. So if there are variable locations that are available as part of the blueprint of that particular ship's design, those elections would be made prior to construction completion.
All right, and Song Rune wants to know about housing. Is there any plan to have furniture items behave in which they have effects that can be used up and need to be repaired or replaced, or will this be related in some way to no destruction? So basically, like things having effects that could get consumed or destroyed.
No, I don't think we have any plans on the furniture / housing side that are limited use aspect. I'm trying to think, trying to delve deep into the reservoir of my mind. If
there's a lot there.
I know. I was like, wait. Yeah, I would say tentatively no. I wouldn't say that's part of it.
When your freehold gets destroyed, you'll have like a
those
blueprint.
Things get sent back.
Yeah,
to you.
So you'll be able to like reset it up pretty easy once you purchase a new freehold location, and whether that's in the town that you rebuild or is owned by a new ruler or you move it somewhere else. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap up our October development update. We hope that you have a spectacular rest of your month. Congratulations to all of the glorious Gourd winners. They were quite gorgeous, very talented community. We always love seeing all your fan art. Obviously, we've been displaying fan art all throughout this live stream. Please send us more. We love seeing those. You can do that over on our forums in the community creation section, or you can just share them with us on social media. We're at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. We are going to be doing our Extra Life 24-hour live stream November 6th, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yes.
You will not want to miss it.
Yes, and I just want to jump on that point real quick. Is our community has done an amazing job over the years in showing what gamers with a purpose can do to help other people, especially to help children. Extra Life, I think, has done a great job, a great service, not just to the industry at large, but our community as a gamer population, to show that we do care for others, and we show that care. So this Saturday, or not this Saturday, next Saturday, November 6th, whether you're donating or just showing up to watch and lend your support from a viewership standpoint, spread the word about November 6th, Saturday. Have your friends come and take part and watch. There's going to be a lot of exciting things. Margaret's cooked up a whole great show, as she does each year. And I know you guys are going to have fun doing it, but you're also going to have an opportunity to participate in something that's important and changes lives. And that's something that, in all our pursuits in life, we should endeavor in some way, shape, or form along our path to do something to help others. So this is a great opportunity to help other people, whether you're donating or not, it doesn't matter. Just come and be a part of the festivities, come and be a part of the event. We love having you guys there.
And there's tons of interactable things that will be part of the stream. So
yes.
Yeah, just
100%. So show up, spread the word for it. There's going to be a lot of social postings. If you're not on social media, not following us on Twitter or whatever, or Discord, come hang out there, but help spread the word for the Extra Life event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think the whole Pathfinder team is going to dress up. We're plotting. We're plotting fun. And of course, we will have a new dev discussion and guild gathering up in November, and the October cosmetics will be swapping over November 3rd. So stay tuned for the next set, or snag up the ones for this one if you like the spooktacular themes. And we will put this up on YouTube. So if you want, please go subscribe to us on YouTube. We put all our videos up there. We try to make sure that you can find us in all of the places. We're at Ashes of Creation everywhere. So super easy to find us. And we are constantly posting stuff daily, sometimes multiple times a day. So if you want to get kind of those little snippets of sneak peeks into our development, that's the best way to do so. And
Margaret and I will be doing a duet, by the way. So if you have any recommendations,
only if we hit the donation goal.
Well, yeah, that's true. But if you have any recommendations for what duet you'd like us to do, I think it has to be Disney.
Song,
it can't be New World. We did that last year. So any Disney suggestions, go on Discord, go on Twitter, and add us and let us know what you want us to sing.
Okay. Yeah, we are, and like Steven said, we get the New World one.
I'm gonna be. Somebody said dance. They want to see me dance. I'm gonna be dancing on our TikTok. I think we're gonna have a TikTok.
We are putting together TikTok, but there is a dance contest as part of the milestones. So if we hit the milestones, Steven's dancing.
I'm gonna do some robot in the studio.
I can break dance.
I'm ready. I can't break dance. I can lay on the floor. That's pretty much it, though.
Lay on the floor. All right. Well, we'll see who's the winner of that if we hit the milestones. And of course, there may be a great pieing of Steven's face again this year if we hit donation goals, all the good stuff. Dinosaur lightsaber battles. It's just a lot of fun. Come tune in. There's a lot of interactive stuff where the community gets to vote on stuff. We have some community members who will be partaking in some of the events, like the Minecraft stuff. We have community judges. Bustin, Chibi Bree, and Simurg are going to be our judges. We have a whole bunch of developer teams this year. I think we have 5 developer teams or 6 developer teams, and our mod team is back this year. So it's just going to be a lot of fun.